Hello there, Anne Batten here, and hope you're having an awesome day. In my last video, I outlined for you 3 things that you needed to know in order to be able to get unstuck from where you are at the moment with your marketing. And I also promised that I would tell you about the 80-20 principle in my next video, which is right here now. So that's what I want to share with you today, the 80-20 principle. Now, you may or may not have heard of it. It's actually been around since the year dot, but of course, nobody really spoke of it until fairly recently. I know Perry Marshall, not long ago, did at least wrote a book on it, especially for entrepreneurs and online marketers. So you might want to look that up. It's Perry Marshall. Now, briefly, what the 80-20 principle can do is to help you understand where you are and why you are where you are now. So let's just take an example. For instance, if there was 100 parents at a school and they were asked to come along for, say, a working bee, 80% of them would be already too busy to participate. So 20% would put their hand up and say, yes, I'll participate. Now, apply the 80-20 principle to the 20%, and of course that would be 20 people out of 100. And from there you would get 80% of the people who put their hand up not actually showing up because of various things. Life happens. There was too much work for them to do, or they forgot that their son had a soccer practice, or somebody came to stay, or there's 1,000 things that could happen. And so 80%, that's 16 of those people, of those 20 people, didn't show up. And the other 20%, of course, is the rest of the 20, which is 4 people left. So 4 people out of your original 100, actually. And, that's where the 4%ers come in. We talk about 4%ers are people who actually commit to what they're going to do and actually carry through and do what they're going to do. So the 80-20 principle can actually be applied to anything in your life. Look at all the groups that you belong to. Look at society generally. Look at the community that you live in. Look everywhere around you, and you will find that the people who step up, the people who succeed, are what they call the 4%ers, and it comes from the 80-20 principle. So now that you know about that, you can actually apply that in your own life. Well, of course, applying it may not be quite so easy, but the first step in being able to apply it is being aware of it. That's the thing. So are you now aware that if you really want to achieve something, you have to step up, you have to lift up out of average and become above average. And by doing that, you actually decide that you're going to do things and you commit to doing those things. And yes, life happens. And look, I've brought up 3 sons and I have 6 grandchildren. And I know that life happens, and I've been in that stage where you're so absorbed with your family life that trying to do anything outside of that can actually be quite difficult. However, it's the people who manage to find a way through to doing those things that need to be done, those things that they decide that they want to succeed in, and doing them. Most of us have really good intentions, but intentions are not enough. It's actually when you really say, look, I really want this. You see, it's a bit like, if you want to diet, for instance, and you decide that you want to lose so many pounds this month or whatever, or so many kilos this month, and you go out with your friends and they're all having cheesecake and you kind of fall by the wayside and you have the cheesecake too. Well, it's those kind of decisions, those little decisions, that actually add up in the end to huge decisions, and they add up to the end result. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about 4%ers. They actually commit to doing what they say they're going to do. And it's not easy. It's not an easy road. But the rewards for being a 4%er are just so much greater. And people strive for them who are aware of them. So the purpose of my video today was to let you know about that 80-20 principle, and maybe you'll take it on board. Who knows, you might already be very, very happy with your life, and that's great. I hope you are. But if you are the kind of person who feels like you just can't quite get to the next step that you'd like to get to, where you're going in life, then take this on board and, you know, run with it and do something about it and see what you can do. So look, in the next video I'm going to go through some ways that you can actually achieve being a 4%er. And also there's a very, very exciting thing that's happening online in the next few days. So watch out for my next video. It's really, really important so that you learn about that opportunity that's coming up. It's going to be a massive event and turn things around in the online industry. So watch out for it. And I look forward to talking to you again really, really soon. Bye for now. Have an awesome day.